all of us, such a great wrestler. And the round before our semi-final, she defeated the Japanese wrestler who was going 52-0 for a long time. And today, very heartbreakingly, 100-gram overweight. A rule is a rule, and the International Olympic Committee has 100% proper referees, and there is a neutral umpire, and everybody will look into it. And this kind of things are a process-driven thing. But it is just so painful to us because a 53 kg category is not there, and she is competing in 50 kg category. And competing in 50 kg category, and we were given to understand through the media, not sleeping for 2 days, trying to bring that weight down, not taking water to bring that weight down, and just overweighing 100 gram is heartbreaking to all of us. As our Honorable Prime Minister said, the whole of country is standing with Vinesh Phogat. The whole of country is standing that she will come back a champion. Medals don't matter to us, and for all the 142 crore people, when she comes back to our country, and she will be a champion for all of us. And Honorable Prime Minister has very beautifully in his message conveyed the sentiments of our whole countrymen.
So with regards to the Waqf amendment bill that is expected to be tabled in the parliament, there's a lot of discussion about it, and in fact Times Now did an exclusive story about how this has affected a lot of villages, particularly Tirichandurai village also. So these amendments, do you think is going to make sure that there is much more powers being taken away from Waqf? It's going to make, is it going to be like an independent body that is not being able to work, or do you think it's going to benefit the people?
Madam, to properly comment on your question, it is important that we wait till the bill is presented so that we get an idea about what is exactly happening. But going by our parliamentary affairs minister's press statement yesterday, going by some of our senior leaders' comment, it is very clear that the Waqf Act 1995 is a very important act, and lot of powers after armed forces, after railways. It is the Waqf board which holds a lot of property, and the third largest organization in our country which holds property. It is 9,40,000 acre, which is 8,70,000 property. 9,40,000 acre is not a joke. Value is more than 1.25 lakh crore. In Tamil Nadu, there is a lot of serious disturbances by the Waqf board in the recent past, especially after DMK's government has come to power. Vellore, one whole village they've taken. Tirichandurai, which Times Now has done an exclusive story on it, which I watched also. Tirichandurai village, whole village they classified as a Waqf property. And very importantly, that village has got a 1,500-year-old temple, Sundareshwara temple. How can a 1,500-year-old temple located within the Tirichandurai village, how can it be classified as a Waqf board property? It is classified. Now the process is they classify, you can't sell. Then the registrar will tell you, go to Waqf board, get an NOC, no objection certificate, and come. I'm given to understand, going by the media reports, now collectors of the respective districts will be the authorities to register, or you've got to take it to the collector. So I think a broad-based consensus is coming. Yesterday, looking at the senior Muslim leaders who met Kiran Rijiju, including the Sufi Muslim community, which believes an amendment has to come, including many Islamic women who believe an amendment has to come, including many of our poor brethren from the Islamic community who believe an amendment has to come. So I think there is a lot of people in our country who believe an amendment has to come that has to reflect the ground reality. And I hope and pray it will reflect the ground reality, including Tamil Nadu are sufferers. And whenever we complain to DMK, it is like complaining on deaf ears. And we hope and pray that people of Tamil Nadu will also get benefited through the amendment bill whenever it comes. And there is a classic case of Tirichandurai village. I hope and pray. We have also visited the spot at different points of time. So which is unacceptable. A 1,500-year-old temple inside the village can be classified as a Waqf board property. So this kind of issues. And there has to be an accountability also. When you have 9,40,000 acre after Indian Armed Forces and railways, and it is also natural that people expect a certain degree of accountability.
Sir, 2 days back you also met the External Affairs Minister in Delhi, Jaishankar sir, and you also discussed about the Tamil Nadu fishermen community, and for that even Jaishankar also promised that he will also have a meeting with the Sri Lankan government.
Madam, as you are very well aware, there are two conflict points with respect to our Indian fishermen. One conflict point is in Gujarat, one is in Tamil Nadu, because Gujarat is so close to the Pakistan border. And many a time, Pakistan government aggressively, they keep arresting our Indian fishermen, especially Gujarati fishermen. And that is why Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, when he came to power, after independence, for the very first time, he created a Ministry for Fisheries in 2019. First time. And from Tamil Nadu, our Muruganji was also the Minister of State, very first Minister of State. So that is the kind of importance Honorable PM gives to fishermen. And especially the Matsya Sambandha Yojana, Tamil Nadu is the largest beneficiary, more than 540 crore. And a lot of beneficiaries given, and Honorable PM has bought fisherman credit card on par with Kishan credit card. So we all know the kind of affection Honorable PM has got for our fishermen community. Tamil Nadu is the second conflict point, especially after the DMK government has ceded the Kachativu to Sri Lanka. Till 2014, shooting in high sea was a normal affair. And a lot of our fishermen brothers and sisters were killed, especially brothers were killed in the high sea by the Sri Lankan Navy by shooting. After Modi ji has taken over, there is zero shooting, zero people get killed by the Sri Lankan Navy in shooting. But last 9 years, they get arrested, immediately the government intervenes and we get them released. But 2024 has become slightly a tough year, where till now 273 Tamil fishermen was arrested by the Sri Lankan government. Till now 204 people are brought back, 69 people in Sri Lankan jail, 61 in judicial custody, 8 people in sentenced. Now, this is the first issue we brought to our Honorable External Affairs Minister's kind attention. And he, of course, is fully aware and he's fully at it, paying personal attention to it. And just before we met EAM sir, 20 Tamil fishermen were released by the Sri Lanka and they brought back to Tamil Nadu. So he is working very hard to bring everybody back. That is one. So that meeting gave us a lot of confidence that our Indian government, as usual, is fully on stock and fully they are prepared to deal with this. Second is a recent episode where the Sri Lankan Navy boat collided with the Indian Tamil Nadu fisherman boat, and one person was killed and one fisherman is missing. And within 24 hours, the government of India brought back the body to Rameshwaram. And the missing fisherman is problematic for us because we are answerable to the family also. And the Honorable EAM spoke to the Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, and then he briefed us that we are prepared, we are talking, we are making full efforts to bring to find out the missing fishermen also. And the third important issue, and the Honorable EAM was kind enough to ask the Secretary Fisheries to come to that meeting. And we took a lot of issues to Secretary Fishery, and they have said that within shortly, very few weeks time, the 2+2 joint working group between India and Sri Lanka would be called, where the External Affairs Ministry, Fisheries Ministry of both countries will sit together, so that we can talk about 170 Indian fishermen, Tamil Nadu fishermen's boat that is seized by the Sri Lankan government, which is lying in Kanakesandurai and different harbors in Sri Lanka, which needs to be brought back. And also some other issues with respect to the high sea areas will be addressed. So we are fairly confident overall, and we are extremely happy that the fishermen's concerns were fully listened to by our Indian government, especially all the representatives. There are two kinds of representatives. One is the mechanized boat, second is the country boat, and both have got different kinds of problem. And the EAM has assured them, is fully at it, on the day when Bangladesh crisis was happening, the EAM was kind enough to give us 1 hour time in that busy schedule also, fully listen to the grievance, and Tamil Nadu BJP were playing a catalyst role by taking their concerns to Delhi, to our leaders, to our secretaries, and I'm very sure that a good result will be found very soon.
So the two disproportionate assets case regarding two ministers of the Tamil Nadu cabinet, KK Ramachandran and Pandam has now been reversed by the Madras High Court. In fact, this was taken as suo motu case by the Madras High Court Justice, and now a retrial has been ordered. So how do you see this?
Madam, we welcome the judgment. One, we have to understand, among all state governments, the current state government on paper, out of 35 ministers in the MK Stalinji's cabinet, 1/3 have a disproportionate asset case pending against them in the court of law. 1/3. It's unheard of in Indian democracy. 1/3, which means 33% of the cabinet ministers, they have a problem from Tamil Nadu for corruption. And unfortunately, with a lot of prior DMKs running the government. Now, one after the other, they have manipulated the lower court's judgment, which very clearly in the last judgment we have seen how a particular minister, sitting minister, has manipulated a judge who was retiring by getting an order written which exonerated him. Thanks to the Honorable Madras High Court, there are still some great judges who went through it and who gave such a judgment. Even the Supreme Court has said, thank God we have judges like this in our Tamil Nadu. Now this is one more thing very clearly against the minister KKSSR Ramachandran and against the minister Thangam Tennarasu. They have ordered for a retrial, which we welcome it, and we hope and pray it gets taken to the logical conclusion, because a delayed trial or a delayed judgment, it makes a mockery of the whole democratic process, and people have a problem. They cannot allow to be continuous ministers for 15-20 years, MLAs 15-20 years, the judgment comes 20 years later. Till then, they become public representative. So we believe Supreme Court should take Tamil Nadu as a special case more than any other state. Tamil Nadu's Honorable Supreme Court should take as a special case because we have 1/3 ministers sitting inside. One minister who was there who is in jail for 300 plus more days. And that is the kind of model, so-called Dravidian model DMK is presenting. We hope and pray Honorable Supreme Court will take Tamil Nadu this case as a test case and go for quick trial and give us a result which will give us a confidence that democracy is not